Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with a daily reading for the 1st of November 2016. Now, as most of you know, I've switched to weekly readings rather than daily ones, but I have been getting a lot of people saying that they're missing the daily energies and things like that. So I am, from a Tuesday till a Friday, I am going to be doing daily readings as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use oracle cards in some way. Colette Baron Reid ones, Osho ones. You know, we've already had the tarot, so the tarot gave a specific message. So these are just sort of enhancements for the energies that are around today as well. So sorry that this one is a little bit late. I thought I'd left it too late, and then Spirit said to me, no, you need to do it, so it needs to be heard. So here I go. But please, like I say, let me know if you like these ones, because I think if you watch the weekly, then you tend to sort of forget things. Whereas with the little dailies coming in as well, you know, then it's a little bit refreshment and a little bit of added guidance as well. Okay, so the card that I've pulled for today is from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, which, if you watch these videos regularly, you will know that the Osho deck are very blunt, but they're very insightful. And you know, I use these myself for guidance, because you know there's always a really deep message within them. And it's quite a beautiful card, this one, and it's called Letting Go. Now, when this card appears, it's a recognition that something is finished. Something's completed, you know. Quite strange, because this morning I was standing making a cup of tea, and I was looking out, and my garden is just covered in like yellow leaves, and I was watching them as they fall from the trees. And there was a gracefulness around them, you know. They weren't sort of flatly suddenly just falling to the ground, you know. They were going gently, and the garden actually looks beautiful, you know. It's got this big carpet of yellow, a bit like the yellow brick road there. I'm being told, you know. So follow the yellow brick road. That's coming through there as well. But like I say, within this card, it comes up when something has finished, something has ended, you know, it's completed. And whatever this is, you know, whether this be a relationship, whether this be a time in your home, whether this be a job, you know, it's something that has played a big part in defining who you are up until now, you know. But what this card is saying is it's time to let it go now. And you allow the sadness that comes with this. Change, whenever we have change, it's often difficult. But every rejection, or what we can see as a rejection, is a cosmic redirection. So it's putting us on another path. You know, if we think about sort of roadworks, we go down the road that we go down every single day. Suddenly we get there and there's traffic. There's a traffic cones up, and you can't get down that. You don't sit there forever waiting for that road to open again. What you do is you take a detour and you go another way, and you might find that way is quicker and gets you there, or it might be more beautiful, the scenery around it. So like I say, whenever we get sort of redirected or rejected in some way, we're really getting redirected. Sorry, there's lots of re's injected there, you know. So like I say, any sort of rejection is a redirection. Okay, so this is saying, you know, allow this sadness to come in with this, but don't hold on to it, because like I've just said, this is only happening so that something greater can come to you as well. You know, there are a lot new dimensions, you know, around, waiting to be discovered for you as well, you know. And it's gone past the point of no return now, you know. There's no going back. Gravity is doing its work. If we look at this card, you know, there's that little dewdrop there, which is actually falling, and no matter how much it tries to stay or cling to that leaf there, it's not going to happen, because all of the other forces of nature are actually, you know, pushing it to join the water here. And if we have a look, you know, the water there, it's not like it's a bad place, you know. It's actually really, really nice. So like I say, this is telling you, whatever is ending in your life at the moment, just go with it, you know, because there's a real feeling of liberation with this as well. And like I say, we can see that that little drop, is falling from the leaf, and it's a moment of poignancy, this, but that drop of water is actually surrendering to gravity, which is the universe, and it's slipping off the leaf, and yes, it was probably scared before it fell off, because, during the process of that, because it is something different to it. Its comfort has been uprooted in a way, and what it once knew now is not what is, so yes, there is this element of fear with this, but it's actually its previous identity is also ending as well, because once that drops into that water, it is no longer a drop. It actually becomes one, with the vastness of the water below as well. So it's like it's on, at the moment, it's on the edge of the known and the unknown. And this is like the precipice of changes, and it's sort of dangling there, and it's not actually going back, and it's not going forward. So, this is why we need to decide, in going forward, and we need to let nature and the universe define, where we are going next. So this is it, once we do decide to let go, because in this, I really don't feel that I don't feel we have a choice in this, often spirit, they can force our hand at stuff, and it might not be what we initially want, but further down the line, we will understand that it was what we actually needed, So we need to realize with anything in letting go that, we will never be, or it will never be what it once was. That part of our life is over, and the identity that we held in that part of our life as well is also ending. But we can never experience any loss without growing as well. So with this, we will become much greater, once it's gonna happen anyway. So, by accepting it, and by, allowing yourself to fall here, allowing yourself to merge with this unknown, this is when you will experience a bigger growth spurt as well, and you will become much, much greater because of this experience. You might see it as a setback at the moment, but it's actually a release. It's like an open gate being opened for you to venture through and start to find yourself again. And it's like, who am I, And this is although it might be scary, it is such a wonderful experience when you start to discover who you truly are, because a lot of times situations, people, whatever, can sort of define who we are, we can wear that mask, or we can play that role, and when we're suddenly, right, okay, now is a time of discovery, it's actually exciting rather than scary, So this card is saying as well that, like I've mentioned before, nothing ever ends that was meant to be. This is because there is something better for you. And I've said this time and time again, you need to understand that the universe works for us, not to us. So when things are happening, a lot of times we can actually take the egoic stance and say, this is happening to me, and take it personally. When we release that, and when we release the ego around it, this is when we can start to see, hold on, there's a bigger picture here, and I really need to explore and understand and accept that it is going to take me somewhere new that is possibly unknown, but it will be for the greater good. There's often, when we have to let go of things, there is often pain comes with it, but as I've said, something only goes in order for something better to come in, and what you need to do at this time, what Spirit are saying is, you really need to find the courage to do this, because the second you surrender and you accept what is happening, this is when the pain will lessen, If we think everything has a shelf life, everything. I mean, you could have, a few months ago, I threw out all of my shoes. I had hundreds of them. I loved them, but I didn't wear them anymore. But I threw them out, and I looked, and I remembered buying every single one, and I remembered times I'd been out in them and loving them, and I did have a bit of a thing about shoes, but I let them go because they weren't what they used to be to me. And like I say, with anything, once we let go, it's like, them shoes are probably not in fashion now, they probably don't even fit now. So it's like, to try and cling on to that is only prolonging the pain, that we're feeling. If something no longer fits, then it's time to get rid of it. And by trying to cling or trying to squeeze yourself, sorry, they're using shoes as an analogy here, trying to squeeze yourself into the shoes that no longer fit you, all you are going to do is end up crippled and in pain. Even if you manage to get them on, you're still going to be in pain because that the comfort that they used to feel is not there. So it's like, with this card, it is saying that you deserve to free yourself from the past because it is called the past for a reason. So it's a real card of surrender, this. There's a saying that has just came into me there, and it's let go and let God. And basically, I don't believe in God as such as, the man that sits in the sky, that sent his son down to earth. I don't believe in that, but I have my own version of God. And I believe it's the universe and the universal energies. So with that term, let go and let God, it basically means that you're surrendering. You're surrendering to the universe, and you're saying, okay, I'm prepared to go along with you. Show me what you've got, Osho, like I say, these are Osho Zen tarot cards, and Osho speaks about this card. And what he said is, in existence, there is nobody who is superior and nobody who is inferior. The blade of grass and the great star are absolutely equal. But man wants to be higher than others. He wants to conquer nature, hence he will fight it continuously. So this is about, if you put up a fight, if you resist, then your pain will persist, and this isn't pleasant. This isn't pretty. So the sooner you decide to let go, the sooner you will start to find peace. Because as Osho says, all complexity arises out of a fight. The innocent person is the one who has stopped the fighting, who is no longer interested in being higher or being right, who is no longer interested in performing the role that was imposed on them, in proving, they no longer need to prove that they are special. They have become like this dewdrop on this leaf, somebody who is prepared to drop and go into infinity here. They've melted, they've merged, and they've become one with not just nature, but the world. And by doing this, them as a personal person has disappeared. So as Osho says, it's like the I disappears. And when the I disappears out of life, this is innocence. So this is saying, please, if something is ending in your life, please don't let ego be your fuel and force with this. We can get very angry and we can get very hurt and we can cling to something, but this is only prolonging the pain with it. Everything is transient. Things go as quick as they come. Some last longer, some are just fleeting. Situation, season, people, hours, years. Nothing is immune to the force of nature that keep the wheel of change moving. If you feel you need to cling to something, then it's already gone and you are only prolonging your anguish. When the last sun of summer fades, we know that we can't get it back. It'll come around again, but it won't be the same. It won't be the same as we remember. It will have similar qualities, but it's different. It's the same with people. They come and go like the tides, and we must learn to accept this and just ride the wave and enjoy them while they're there. But to not grieve when they go. Everything goes. Shadows, imprints, memories are left, and we should treasure them. They are proof that something once was there. But do not stand and watch as it disappears out of the sight. It's tempting and it's hard not to, but your voice calling out for it to stay will be drowned out by the sound of leaving. And that is, I think, a very, very poignant set of words, and it's just, I don't know. This is what the feeling I'm getting today. I really hate the word, the song, the film Frozen. I've never actually watched it, but just what I have seen of it is, it really sort of annoys me in some way. But this is what I'm hearing, the let it go, and I just feel that is what is needed at the moment, and there's there's no point clinging to what once was, because what once was is no longer what it is. And I really feel that, if you're in pain at the moment, then the reason to actually do the way to release this pain is to stop resisting. And, that is when I feel that things will start to flow again and you will feel so much better with that. Okay, so I hope you like that. If anybody would like a reading, please get in touch, because I am available for readings at the moment. I do have availability this week, so please get in touch. There is a offer on for Halloween where you get 10% off. If you go to my Facebook page, Love Buddha Tarot Readings, you will see that offer there, and you can click just by clicking on the advert as well, and that'll come through to me, and then I will be in touch to arrange your reading. Please don't get worried if I don't get in touch straight away. I just, like I say, with being away, I have a lot of backlog, so I have acknowledged everybody, and I will get back to them as soon as possible. So I hope you liked that card. I hope the message meant something to you, and please let me know if it did. I'll be back tomorrow with the Oracle card. I don't know which one. I might use Osho again. I like Osho. Okay, so have an absolutely fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Sat Nam.